Okay, this video is viewer scolds me. So this one viewer comment was giving me shit. So I'll just share it with you, some of the things that he said. Part of my response. Not all of this did I put into the comments. Some of it I just thought of later. I don't have a lot of time to fill out these comments. A lot of times I'm rushing to work. Or I don't have a lot of time, but I'll just spare him. So he says to me, first of all, he says, you should not put Christianity above other religions. You should respect all religions equally. Yeah, right, asshole. You know, like Satanism, should I respect that equally? You know, this is like how people that go to public schools talk and think. Moral relativism BS. Christianity has done more to help the world than all the other religions combined. Western civilization basically means Christian civilization. Now that it's being de-Christianized, Western civilization is being destroyed. It's being turned into a third world crap hole like most other countries. When you have Christianity, the Super Bowl is a family event. As you de-Christianize the United States, it becomes like this animalistic, satanistic, pelvis grinding disgrace, and I think that was done on purpose. In the NFL, families are not going to let their children view the football games anymore. I mean, anybody with a brain won't let their kid view those games. So they should fire all those NFL commissioners that allowed that to happen and never let that happen again. Otherwise, football why would anybody let their kids watch that insanity? Okay, Bad Bunny, give me a break. A talentless scumbag. Now, Bad Bunny's actually from Puerto Rico, and I'm half Puerto Rican, but I think he's a disgrace. I like Daddy Yankee. Daddy Yankee's a Christian. He dedicated his life to Christ, okay? Bad Bunny's a scumbag. He reminds me of, what was the name of that last sellout guy who did all that bad stuff? Puff Daddy or some kind of crap like that. Okay, anyways, yeah, Christianity is where, modern painting came from. It's where, the Bible was consolidated by the Catholic Church, okay? It's produced almost all the great literature comes from Christianity, okay? The great sculpture comes from Christianity. The great architecture. The cathedrals are the best buildings ever made. The modern scientific method comes from Christianity. 35 craters on the moon are named after Jesuit priests, okay? If you look at it, look up Christian scientists, or Catholic scientists, you will see science itself, the university system, came out of the cathedral skills, and it came out of Thomas Aquinas and the scholasticism movement, putting the emphasis on studying nature, and that doing so honored God. Okay, scientific method did not come from any of these Eastern countries. It did not come from anywhere but Christian countries. That's where it came from. This is well known. That's why the Renaissance was only in Europe, okay? It's just a fact. That's why the Industrial Revolution happened in England and Germany, for example, and France. It didn't happen anywhere else. All these Eastern countries were backward ass, okay? That's just a fact, okay? And then he says, your comments about meditation potentially making people crazy were unscientific and unacceptable. And I'm like, no, I didn't say that meditation made people crazy. I just said it was stupid. Okay, the people who have actually studied it, who dedicated a lot of time to study it, they say that meditation often makes people go crazy. Okay, and they seem credible, the ones who said it. I think meditation is just stupid. I don't meditate. I don't study it. I don't care about it. And then what else did he say? He goes, yes, and you also said that yoga was demonic. That was insensitive. And I go, well, it does seem creepy. Look at the yoga things they seem to worship. That seems crazy. But I didn't say that yoga was demonic myself. I haven't studied yoga. It just seems stupid to me. Why would a man want to put his foot behind his head? The only reason a guy would put his foot behind the head is if he's trying to suck his own, Johnson, okay? That's yoga has caused strokes. I've seen strokes from yoga. I know people personally have told me they've seen somebody have a stroke from yoga. Okay, I just said it thinks it's stupid. The people who say it's demonic are the ones who've actually studied it. And there's some pretty smart, good people who said that, so I actually believe it's true. But, I haven't studied it myself. Sitting in a corner saying, Om. Why would anybody want to do that, okay? Okay, I mean, I know you can like pay attention to your breathing as a way to lower your stress for a brief moment, okay? And I've actually tried that one time, paying attention to my breath. It didn't do me much good. I just try to think about something good. You have to endure some painful things in your life, and you try to think about the good things, have an attitude of gratitude that helps you get through it. Okay. And then he said, you should apologize for criticizing meditation and yoga. I'm like, shove it up your ass, pal. Why would I don't give a rat's ass about meditation and yoga. You should apologize for farting. I mean, I hate all these people that say you should apologize for criticizing meditation and yoga. Fuck meditation and yoga. I could give a rat's ass about meditation and yoga. I made videos about them because I thought it was funny, people saying they make it crazy and demonic. I just thought meditation and yoga were stupid. But when people say they make it crazy and demonic, I just thought that was funny. And I told the truth. Like I said meditation and yoga are stupid. They only get promoted because they're atheistic BS. And big money always promotes atheism because it wants to destroy Christianity and make the country atheist and then bring back slavery. Okay, that's what the billionaire perverts want, okay? Viewer, you don't need Christianity or even religion to be a good person. My son is an atheist and he's a very good person. I'm like, if your son is an atheist, that means you failed as a parent. Atheism is the religion of communism. It's used as an excuse, to bump off people, okay? Atheism says that life is meaningless, and it then accepts Darwinism as its creation story. It says that life has no meaning, that nothing matters, that people are insignificant and irrelevant, that humans are just talking monkeys, that humans don't deserve to have any intrinsic rights, and that the only thing that matters in life is power, survival of the fittest, might is right. And I think that's bad. Viewer, well, Buddha and Confucius, they're like Jesus. They were all good teachers. They're all about the same. Me, no, they're not. Jesus is God. Buddha and Confucius were just men. Buddhism and Confucianism are not religions. They are philosophies. They're atheism, okay? They're just a philosophy, whoop-de-doo. Okay, viewer, you are autistic. That's why you are so insensitive. And I say, no. I have studied religion, history, art, literature in great detail. I've read thousands of pages of Bible commentary, multiple different versions of the Bible, and quite a lot about other Eastern stuff. I'm no expert on Eastern stuff, but I have studied it a bit, and I have studied people who have studied it, and Christianity is superior to all that other stuff. There's no comparison. And I say that is a well-informed value judgment on my part. People all over the world, they want to move to Western Christian countries. They are welcomed here. But then when they come, they join and become Democrats, and then they start saying white Christian people are racist. But if you turn things around and white Christian people went to their country, they would be treated like shit. Okay, a lot of times they're called dhimmi, or they're beaten in the streets, or their women are physically abused and RAPED. Okay, that's what they do to them in other countries. And then they come here and say white people are racist. Okay, it's like, give me a break. All countries are ethnocentric and think their own way is normal, their own way is best, and they love their own people more than they love other people. That's normal. Every single country that I'm aware of since the beginning of recorded time has been that way. You can read about that in Herodotus' history of the Persian War between the ancient Greeks and the Persians, okay? And that's been said by commentators throughout history. People grow up as a kid. They see their parents who look pretty much like them, and that's what they're used to. That's what they're familiar with. That's what they like. They're taught that their own culture is best because that gets them to appreciate it, to support it, to protect it, to be willing to protect it, to fight for it, or whatever, okay? That's normal since the beginning of time. It's just this politically correct BS has been pushed into the West, trying to tell people of the West, oh, your country's evil, you should renounce it, because they want to destroy the place, okay? It's normal that people love their country and love their ethnic group or whatever, their religious group. That's all normal, okay? That's how every country is. So anyways, I don't like these moral relatives, trying to lecture me, that he's going to take the moral high ground on me because his son's an atheist. I'm like, yeah, right. Future Stalin, Mao, Pol Pot. Give me a freaking break.